Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's Friday. Just the day for a Friday Fright. Now, this is a segment created by my good friend, the Horror Freak 85. And this week's theme, because we watch a horror film with a certain theme during the week, very much like Slashback Saturday, and do a review, is Monster Madness. Right up my alley. So this week, I picked one of my favorite films, Shrieker. Now, Shrieker is a 1998 film, which runs approximately 72 minutes, and is directed by David DeCoteau. But in directing this film, he used a different name. He used Victoria Sloan. Not sure why he did that, but okay. Now, David DeCoteau has quite the resume. He's had 149 titles to his resume. Most of them films I don't really care for, like the 666 Creepy Carrie sort of films and the 1313 films. I did watch one of those, just not my cup of tea. But he also did some other full moon goodness. He did Creepazoids, Retro Puppet Master, and a movie that I was actually going to buy the last time Full Moon had a sale, but passed on it, although I've always wanted to see it, is Dream Maniac. Now, Shrieker stars Tanya Dempsey as Clark. Now, this was her very first film, but she has done Witch House 3, The Frightening, and Hell Asylum. This stars Jamie Gannon. This was also his first film as Zack. He was in the film Roadkill, Feeding Grounds, and Sasquatch Mountain. This also stars Thomas R. Martin as Robert. He was in Steel Sharks and Bottom Feeder. But the most notable actor, and the one that went on to do quite a bit, is Perry Shen. Although he used a pseudonym as Perry Allen in this. Perry Shen, of course, played David, and he was in Identified, Snowpiercer. He had a bit part in Starship Troopers, and he was in the Hatchet series 1 through 4. And he's pretty much awesome in that series. So, now this movie was shot in 6 days with a budget of $300,000. And a sequel was planned where Shrieker would return with 3 heads. Because if you see here, he has 2 heads. So, unfortunately, we never got that sequel, but here's a brief synopsis. In a medical facility, in the very beginning, you find a couple orderlies who are going out to check things out, and they run across Shrieker, who is more or less a demon who is able to teleport through walls. He dispatches them, very easily, of course. Years later, a bunch of college students use this abandoned hospital as basically free income or low-income dorms by squatting. And they run afoul of the Shrieker. Now, there is more to the story. There is a supernatural, demonic sort of side to the film. But I'm not going to give that away. Just a basic, brief synopsis. Now, as I said before, this is one of my favorite full moon movies. One I definitely don't think is talked about enough. I actually used to own this on VHS before I sold my collection, and finally picked up the DVD. Full Moon is one of my favorite companies, or, well, they used to be one of my favorite companies. I don't really watch a lot of what they have coming out now, other than the Killjoy films, but I don't know. I've always had a soft spot for them. I love the low budget horror and stuff like that, but have you guys seen Shrieker? What did you think? If not, definitely pick this one up because this is a fun movie. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.